Alrighty, good day guys. Chapter 26 of Micro did not work out yesterday for whatever reason. The Wi-Fi had a hiccup. So this time we will stream test from the beginning. Likely just mute the audio, but make sure it is all working as intended. Let's take a look at that. I enjoy the chapter, but sadly you guys did not. So let us keep trying here. And yeah, we got the Twitch app. No login yet, so we'll just go from the browser and do a quick audio test. And from there, we shall see. Yes. Alright, looking better this time with a 3-2-1 Targaryen Dynasty. Okay. Slight delay, not too bad. Alright, looking good. Let's get to it. This time, actually broadcasting. I'll keep it up this time, just mute the audio, because if we hear double audio, that is not going to be good for the chapter, for the listenable VOD. For the purpose of reading it, it would not be good for double audio, you know what I mean. Anyway, opening night tonight, final dress went good last night. Opening night here coming up in just a couple hours, so let's get to it. Chapter 26, from the top. We left off. Leave me, Amar whispered. I have the bends. Chapter 26, Beneath the Green Canopy. One more time. Yeah, it is bound to happen at some point. The chapter didn't go through. But now we've got a good test. Wi-Fi should be stable. If it's not, I will see when it comes off this time. So we're looking good. All right. Audio's fine. Visuals are fine. Let's begin. Beneath the Green Canopy, 30th of October, noon. They're hiding in there, Tellius said to Johnstone, looking through binoculars into a mass of sword ferns on the forest floor. The two men were hanging upside down in their seat harnesses in the hexapod. The machine, in turn, hung upside down from a leaf in the pandanus tree, clinging to the leaf with its feet. They had been able to get a fix on the radios. Tellius stared for a while, then gestured silently with one finger. Drop us. Johnstone hit a button, and the footpads let go of the leaf, and the hexapod went into freefall. Johnstone, working the controls, folded the legs under the vehicle as it fell. It tumbled a few minutes. Its legs tucked underneath it, and hit the ground, and bounced, and came to rest upside down. The roll cage had protected the humans inside. Johnstone popped open the legs. They lashed out and flipped the vehicle upright, and the hexapod moved off, stalking its way around the edge of the fern forest, and went into the ferns. Tellius stood up and turned his head, listening. He had heard them talking. He indicated with his finger where the people were, then directed Johnstone to drive up a fern stem. The hexapod climbed the stem, got in among the fronds, and stopped. Tellius took up the binoculars and stared through them. He had acquired the targets, 6 of them, down below. Somebody was sick, had a bloody nose. Might be the bends. The others were gathered around the victim. Indian guy, looked like. Blood streamed from the guy's nose and over his upper lip and chin. Yep, the man had the bends. He was a goner. Poor fuckers having a bin bleed out, he murmured to Johnstone, who grunted. As he studied the group, Tellius identified the leader. Slender guy, light brown curly hair, standing slightly apart and talking to the others, who listened. This was the individual who'd taken leadership of the group. Tellius could see it. Tellius could always tell an officer. You drop the officer first, of course. A good setup. Tellius nodded to Johnstone and took up the gas rifle and aimed it at the group's leader, while Johnstone took up spotter duty, training his binoculars on the target and speaking to Tellius. Tellius looked through the scope and put the crosshairs on the leader's head. The range was long, about 4 meters. A slight breeze stirred the fern leaf and the hexapod. Tellius shook his head. Not stable. The shot was a little chancy. And Tellius left nothing to chance. He would have to make several kills in quick succession on moving targets, because the moment he dropped the leader, the others would scatter like frightened rabbits. He gestured to Johnstone, meaning, "Get us lower." Johnstone turned the vehicle, and it began creeping down the fern leaf, hunting for a more stable position. Then Tellius signaled to Johnstone to stop. Tellius unbuckled himself and fell out of the hexapod, spun once in the air, and landed on the ground on all fours like a cat, rifle on his back. He crept closer to the targets. Peter broke open the medical kit and knelt over Amar, holding a compress to Amar's nose. He didn't know what to do. The nosebleed would not stop. "I'm useless. Please, go on," Amar said. "We're not going to leave you. I'm just protein. Leave me." "Amar's right," Danny said, touching his sling arm. "We have to leave him, or we'll all die." Ignoring Danny, Peter took the compress away from Amar's nose. It was soaked. He had lost a lot of blood, and he had become anemic. And the bruises all over Amar's arms, it seemed as if the centipede venom had accelerated the bends in Amar. And decompression was the only treatment for the bends, yet they were no closer to Nanogen. "We have to call for help on the radio," Danny said, plunking himself down and glowering at the others. "Danny could be right," Erica said. "Maybe there is some good person at Nanogen." "Maybe we should call," Karen said. "It might be our only chance to save Amar." Peter stood up, holding a radio headset. "All right." From lower down on the fern stem, Tellius took aim. He had the leader in his crosshairs of his gas rifle, but now the leader was bending over the guy with the bends, trying to help him. Maybe he could get both of them with one shot. The leader and the bleeder. Yeah. He adjusted his aim, squeezed the trigger, and the gas rifle kicked viciously. There was a sudden hiss. A steel needle, seemingly a foot long, zipped past Peter's neck, tearing his shirt, and entered Amar Singh, and detonated. The explosion threw metal fragments and blood in all directions. Amar jerked into the air, yanked off the ground, and his body seemed to come apart. Peter froze, a quizzical expression on his face, while Amar and pieces of Amar spattered around Peter. Peter stood up, covered with Amar's blood. "What?" he began. The others watched it happen as if it wasn't real. Karen looked around. "Sniper!" she screamed. "Get cover!" She began to dash for the nearest fern, but saw that Peter wasn't moving. He seemed paralyzed, as if he couldn't process what had just happened. The sniper's second shot hit a leaf over Peter's head and exploded. The blast sent Peter to the ground. Karen realized the sniper was aiming for Peter. She swerved and ran toward Peter and grabbed him. "Duck and zigzag!" she screamed at him. He needed to get away, but not make any predictable movements. The sniper could pull lead on Peter and hit him as he ran. "Go!" she yelled at Peter. Peter understood. He began to run. Left, right, left, stop, run. Always heading for the cover of ferns. Karen ran, too, zigzagging, staying with Peter but not too close to him, wondering if the next shot. Peter tripped, fell, and sprawled. "Peter!" she screamed. "No!" Peter had stopped moving. He had become an easy target. "Karen, get away," Peter said, hauling himself to his feet. These were his last words. In the next instant, a needle flew through Peter's chest, exploding as it went. He toppled. Peter Jansen was dead before he hit the ground. That is the end of part 2 of Micro Band of Humans. Part 3, Tantalus, we will get to next time. I read that chapter already yesterday, so it's a little hard to read it twice. So it goes sometimes just for novel reading. I'm, of course, different than acting, theater, film, and movies. But Anyway, we got it. It's looking good. And we shall see upon the next one. Okay, well, fun with that. We finished the chapter this time, heading out to opening night. Very fun for that. We'll get to another chapter tomorrow, though, before tomorrow's show. And very glad the broadcast works now that we know to test it from the beginning, not leave it a chance. I'm not sure why the Wi-Fi cut out just 2 minutes in yesterday, but I did try to test it a good 10 minutes after we finished the initial 10-minute chapter. So it was a 20-minute stream, only 2 minutes of which came through. So basically me talking to myself, 8 minutes in the novel, which I didn't realize, and 10 minutes of troubleshooting, just trying to get the stream to load, which it just refused to load because it wasn't offline. And then I watched the VOD, it only stayed 2 minutes while it was live. I should have known there that it was not actually working. So figuring out these good IRL things, it's looking good for now though. And we will pick it up again very soon. Alrighty. We shall see for tomorrow, Saturday. Heading out actually with a friend coming earlier today. Good fun with other friends, made it to the dress rehearsal. So that was exciting. Very glad we got our good Wednesday dress rehearsal on stream. So that was great. And from there, we shall see. Let me say real quick. Opening night and alright, well, looking good. I guess that'll do it for now. We got to chapter 26, the end of part 2, so good timing with that. We'll start part 3 tomorrow. Probably have a nice long stream for tomorrow, depending on how much work I do around here. Try to get more gas money and all, because gas money donation goal not met. Same for Diablo 2 goal, 8 months. But anyway, we'll continue main show Monday, Tuesday. Looking good for that. Probably have the usual off day Sunday off. Do some of the things around here. And for our last performance of the weekend. So we've got tonight, tomorrow, Sunday night. All looking good. Opening night. Lots of excitement. Hype for that. Have a friend coming for sure. We had some family, friends come last night. And we'll see what other great opportunities, great adventures the next 3 weekends of the show. Got my postcards and the rest, so let's enjoy that. Appreciate fellow cast and crew who made it a positive and good experience. I'll see you guys tomorrow then, before the next show, after opening night. So on we go for that. Wish me luck, and I will see you in just a bit. Till then, Ace the Sly signing off. All right. See you in a bit, guys. Later.